Once upon a time, in the heart of the Igbo land, in a village called Umunneochi, there lived an elderly man named Ichi. Ichi was revered in his village as the custodian of ancient wisdom passed down through generations. His deep, resonant voice was often heard sharing stories and proverbs that guided the community. Every evening, the villagers would gather under the ancient Baobab tree in the center of Umunneochi to listen to Ichi's tales. The tree was believed to be as old as the village itself, and its roots were said to be entwined with the spirits of the ancestors. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned a deep shade of orange, Ichi began a story that would leave a lasting impact on everyone present. "My children," Ichi began, "today, I will tell you the story of Chioma, a young girl whose respect for the wisdom of our ancestors changed the fate of our village." Chioma was known for her intelligence and curiosity. She often visited Ichi, eager to learn from the elder. One day, she asked Ichi, "Why is it important to listen to the wisdom of the ancestors?" Ichi smiled and replied, "The wisdom of the ancestors is like a river that never runs dry. It nourishes the land and its people, guiding them through life's challenges." One day, a severe drought struck Umunneochi. The fields were parched, and the river that flowed through the village dried up. The villagers were desperate and didn't know what to do. They gathered under the great Iroko tree, seeking Ichi's counsel. Ichi, with a heavy heart, said, "The ancestors have faced such challenges before. We must seek their guidance." That night, Chioma had a dream. She saw her great-grandmother, who was known for her deep connection to the spirits, standing by the dry riverbed. Her great-grandmother spoke, "Chioma, my child, the river will flow again if the village unites in faith and performs the ancient ritual of renewal." The next morning, Chioma told Ichi and the villagers about her dream. Ichi recognized the significance of the vision and decided to lead the village in performing the ritual. They gathered by the dry riverbed, bringing offerings of yams, kola nuts, and palm wine. Ichi began chanting ancient prayers, and the villagers joined in. They danced and sang, invoking the spirits of their ancestors. As the ritual reached its climax, dark clouds gathered in the sky, and soon, heavy rain began to pour. The river began to flow once more, and the field soaked up the much-needed water. The village was saved, and the drought was over. The villagers cheered and praised the wisdom of the ancestors, thankful for Chioma's vision and Ichi's guidance. From that day on, Chioma was celebrated as a heroine in Umunneochi. She continued to learn from Ichi and shared the wisdom of the ancestors with her generation. The village prospered, and the bond between the living and the spirits of the past grew stronger. And so, the story of Chioma and the wisdom of the ancestors was passed down through the ages, reminding everyone in Umunneochi of the importance of respecting and heeding the guidance of those who came before. As Ichi finished the story, the villagers felt a renewed sense of reverence for their traditions and the wisdom that had guided them through countless challenges. They dispersed, knowing that as long as they honored their ancestors, they would never be lost. And thus, the evening ended, with the great Iroko tree standing tall, a silent witness to the eternal wisdom of the ancestors that continued to flow through the heart of Umunneochi. My dear brothers and sisters, the wisdom of our ancestors are rich enough to save, to restore, and to embrace. Always know that the word of elders is the word of wisdom, and when you listen to it, you become wise.